Yeah, obviously a tough night for us all around. So we're looking to have a good work day here, and big game tomorrow.
You spoke before about how much belief you have in it. How much is that being tested right now?
It's constantly being tested. I think it's a challenge, but it's extremely important to keep the belief and keep that mentality that we are able to play with anyone and win on any night. And I don't think you can let one game or one stretch change that entirely. But there are times where everyone has to look in the mirror and give more. And that I don't think is a question of belief. I think that's just digging in more.
Why do you think consistency has been harder to find this year than years past?
I'm not sure. It's a good question. In this league and in a lot of other places, you're chasing consistency. You want to be consistent as a player. You want to be consistent as a team, and we haven't been able to find that, which has led to issues. So for us, we're going to keep working and keep looking for that.
How would you describe the mood around the team today?
All things. It's a challenge when you play last night and you give an effort in a game that you're not proud of, and I think it's important that you bounce back and you come with an attitude that you're here to get better. We're here to improve, and we're not happy with last night, but we're going to move on and build and get better and push and work. No one's feeling sorry for themselves. We're here to get better and to work and to improve off what we had last night, because it's not good enough. And I thought in general we all came to work today with the attitude that we're here to put in the time, put in the work, and improve, and start playing better hockey.
Is there like an experience you can draw on, like, being with this club for so long?
I think we all have experiences of when you're going through a challenge, or you're dealing with a game that you're not happy about. I think we all experience that in different ways. So as a group, yeah, we have lots of leadership, and there's guys that can draw from past experiences, but ultimately we're all in it together, and so we're pushing and working, and I thought today was a good start.
Craig said he didn't talk to you guys after the game, and other games where you might have had like the lackluster performance he has. Oliver's talked about it. Sometimes it's like when he comes to talk to you, it's a better sign as opposed to just kind of staying quiet about things. Like, did it surprise you that after that maybe he didn't
No.
listen to you?
He's spoken about feeling disappointed or frustrated. Like, do you feel like you're letting the coach down a little bit in some of these?
I think whenever you lose, you feel that. You don't want to let your teammates down. You don't want to let your coach down. You don't want to let anyone down. And I think at times we all feel that, including the coaching staff, in different ways. And so depending on the night, depending on what's happening, there's lots of guys that can feel that in a lot of different ways.
Looks like it's just a tweak with Myers and stuff like that. What can you draw on your experience from that?
Yeah, he's a big guy, big skate. Good skater. Defends hard. So across the board, up and down the lineup, we're all expecting more from ourselves and as an individual and as a team. So we're looking to build and improve and move forward, and that's clear.
Are you as confused as some people on the outside about the length of these power play struggles?
Yeah. We're working through it, and it's not it's not something that we're not talking about or not working through. We're on it, and we're again, we want to be more consistent. We want to execute, and when you don't do that, you're not going to score. And so we need to improve on that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Later, what were you able to digest?
Pretty much same as last night. I think come out in the first period, I think we're ready to go, and things are fine. We get power plays, killed some penalties. And we had a few looks on the PP, but it just seemed like it unraveled after that for us. They scored a couple goals in the first period. they're defendable. You know, it's not like they did anything spectacular. You know, they're actually, in my opinion, they're pretty easy defendable goals. But in saying that, we got 40 minutes to play, and for me, like I talked about last night, you know, we got to do more, like as a group, and have more pushback than we had last night in that game.
John was so good the first 20, 25 games of the season. Where do you see his game at right now?
Well, we talked about that before, where, you know, older players sometimes say, you know, throughout a course of a season, they're going to have some dips in their game. But I thought he was really good last night. I thought that line was really good for us last night. They provided energy. They had scoring opportunities that didn't go in, but it wasn't from a lack of work and playing the right way. So it was a good sign for me to see John with those guys last night play the way he did.
Just with practice today, how did you want to approach it? What did you want to get out of today?
Well, our neutral zone forecheck was not very good last night. I thought they walked through it pretty easily last night and entered our zone. So that was one area we wanted to focus on. And then just keep hammering away at that D zone coverage and creating some situations out in practice where we're going to see in a game, you know, and keep working at it. But, you know, the whole approach for me today with our group was like, we can't go out and play like with heaviness and not fear of, you know, but just fear of mistakes, like too tentative. We got to be on our toes more. And with the neutral zone forecheck, that's what I was trying to get out of it. Let's skate, let's get after them, let's, you know, and I just feel like we kind of sag back too much and let teams come at us, and we got to be on our toes more. We got to play with more, like, just more jump in our game and confidence in our game. You know, like mistakes are going to happen. So I'd rather, you know, let's make them being aggressive. Like, let's go, like, you know, it's the same as the power play. Yeah, you know, we had some looks early, but then, you know, it's almost like we let that get to us that we didn't score, and then the power plays after that, we had 2 or 3 more, and they just drop. There's nothing. And instead of just staying with an attack mentality and keep attacking and keep executing, you know, it's just, we got to execute better and we got to attack more.
That tentativeness that you talked about,
Yeah.
how else do you combat that? Like, what else do you have to do there?
That's a good question. I mean, it's more of a mindset for everybody, right? And as a coach, my job is to try to get them to be more attack mode and be on their toes more. And that's what the meeting this morning was about. Like, hey guys, you know, all that matters is just playing for each other and playing aggressively and playing on our toes. Play the way we can play. We haven't done that. You know, we haven't done that. So we're going to make mistakes. Every team does. But definitely we can't make mistakes, you know, sitting back and letting teams come at us like they have been.
Well, the line-wise, it didn't look like you shuffled up too much. Is that your endorsement?
Yeah,
that you
I
still
told you
believe-
I put that top line, you know, them guys together, and you know, right now that's what I feel is best. And I told you I like JT's line. I've liked the 55 line for a while, so that's where we're at.
How would you explain the spirit of the group? Where are you at with the mood of the room?
Well, they're definitely, we're down, right? They're not where they want to be, and neither are we as coaches. We're all in it together. And, you know, I just said, guys, we're in the NHL. Like, let's have some fun. I get it, you know, but we're still okay. You know, we got to string some wins together and put ourselves in a better spot. But, like, you love this game, right? We all do. That's why we're in it, and that's why we do it. So you got to enjoy it, and you got to have that attitude going in tomorrow. Like, go out and play the game. You guys have played it forever. Like, can't be tentative.
You've coached for a long time. Is there an experience you can draw on or a comparable that, you know?
I'm sure I could draw on a lot of them. It happens all the time, right? Like, you know, I mean, yeah, and there's a lot of experience as a player and a coach where I've gone through this type of situation before, you know, and, you know, I truly believe we're going to get out of it. I do. I believe we got the good group in there. We got leadership. We got everything that we need to get out of it. And it's just about coming together as a team and playing for each other. That's it. Like, play for your guy beside you. That's what it's all about, this game. It really is. Like, your teammates are the most important people. Play for them.